Greetings folks, Daniel Wickwire here and welcome back to Monster Bytes, where we discuss various facts and trivia about kaiju and monsters in all forms of media. For those of you who haven't seen Kong Skull Island, of course we did a review on it last month, they make mention of the Hollow Earth theory as an origin for the monsters in this film's universe. Because of a suggestion made by Warrior King Forever way back when Monster Bytes first started, that's what we're going to be covering today. So yeah, I told you guys I would not forget about your suggestions. I remember. Now that Kong is come and gone, we finally have a little more information about where the kaiju and Legendary's Monsterverse actually come from. The Hollow Earth theory is a real hypothesis that there is a vast space inside the Earth that may or may not be habitable. Of course, most people were not suggesting that giant monsters live inside of our planet, but many older cultures believed in something very similar long before the term came to be it from religion or legend, like the Christian hell, Greek underworld, or Hindu Patala, or as the origin for their people, like various North and Central American natives. Most claims about the existence of an interior world have generally been debunked as early as the late 1800s, but like anything, we still have people that hang on to the idea to this day. We're talking about you, flat earthers, but don't worry, we still love you. Legendary took this idea and tweaked it to fit into the world they are building. And since this is a movie, we can gladly embrace our suspension of disbelief for the time being and have fun with it. As long as they don't focus on it too heavily or try to justify it, it could really work. This gives them an out to explain where all the different monsters came from without providing too much extra content. And now that I say that, I actually want to get into the details of this. Depending on the environment, of course, that exists inside the Earth. We have seen a variety of beasts that are supposedly from the Earth's core. You have the two Mutos, skull crawlers, likely Godzilla, and presumably Kong, as well as others from Skull Island. However, this brings up a lot of questions. Why would a subterranean creature need wings? Same for the skull crawlers. They have the appearance and behavioral traits of a burrowing animal. Pretty much the opposite of Godzilla or even Kong for that matter. Where do those two fit in? Obviously Godzilla is an aquatic organism, so he could easily hide in the trenches of the ocean and use that to access the inner world. But what about Kong? He is the most different of all the kaiju we've seen so far, outside of probably the Skur buffalo. Also, how many of the species evolve differently once they reach the surface? Will King Ghidorah rise from the earth? Or will it be ferried by some crazy cosmic body like a meteor or something? When they start including creatures from outer space, will that allow them to start doing different older kaiju? Or will we get new kaiju? Could we get another Mechagodzilla with a cosmic origin? Or maybe a cybernetic space chicken? Only time will tell, I suppose, and my apologies, this episode wasn't as factual as it could have been. It's more speculative at best. If not for nothing else, you learned a little bit about a specific pseudoscientist, and I hope you enjoyed it all the same. We will cover this topic further as we learn more in future films and books. But what do you guys think? What kind of creatures would you like to see come from this idea? I'd love to see the monster from the earlier Godzilla 2014 trailer brought back, the dead one you can see with all the legs that never really talked about. Leave your comments below and maybe a suggestion for what you'd like to see in the next video. Don't forget to check out our KMR Facebook page and my Twitter account to keep up with news on this channel. I'll put links in the description below. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new video, and you all take care.